Most people who talk about investing make it sound simple. Put money in, watch it grow, become wealthy. What they rarely show you is the in-between. The months where nothing seems to be happening. The weeks where the numbers go down instead of up. The moments where the spreadsheet looks exactly the same as it did 30 days ago, and you find yourself wondering whether any of this is actually working. Today, we're going to fill that gap with complete honesty. We're going to walk through exactly what happens mathematically, psychologically, and practically when someone invests $500 every single month for 12 consecutive months. Not a best case scenario, not a worst case scenario. The real numbers across multiple market conditions, the real emotions that most financial content never acknowledges, and the real outcomes that waiting another year will cost you. Every concept we've covered, compound interest, passive income, debt elimination, emergency funds, market crashes, all of it converges here into one clear, honest picture of what investing actually looks like when you start, stay consistent, and refuse to quit. By the end of this video, you're going to understand something that most investors don't fully grasp until they've been in the market for a decade. And understanding it now, before you've spent years learning it the hard way, is worth more than any single investment decision you'll ever make. Stay with me. Let's start with the setup. $500 per month, 12 months, invested in a broad market S&P 500 index fund through a Roth IRA. $500 a month sits in an interesting psychological space for most Americans. It's not trivially small. It requires real financial intentionality, a functioning budget, some degree of discipline, a deliberate decision to prioritize investing over other uses of that money. But it also doesn't feel dramatic. $500 a month doesn't feel like the beginning of $1 million story. It feels like a modest, reasonable start, which is exactly why examining what it actually produces is so eye-opening. Month 1, you invest $500. The market moves modestly upward. Your investment becomes approximately $512. $12 of growth. And this is where most people experience the first flicker of doubt. Not panic, just a quiet question. Is this actually going anywhere? The answer is yes. But compounding doesn't work the way most people imagine. It's not linear. In the early stages, gains are small, almost invisible. Later, those gains become enormous. The curve starts nearly flat and ends almost vertical. Month 1 is on the flat part of the curve. The $12 isn't the point, the process is. Month 3, you've invested $1,500. Your account is worth roughly $1,536. $36 in gains. Still not exciting, still not life-changing, but something important has happened. Last month's gains are now producing gains of their own. Compounding has started. Month 6, $6,000 invested. Account value approximately $6,180. $180 in gains. For the first time, the growth feels visible. Not impressive yet, but visible. The process is working. Month 9, $9,000 invested. Account value approximately $9,420. The monthly gains are getting larger, not because the market changed, because the base is growing. More money producing returns. Returns producing returns. Month 12, 12 contributions, $6,000 invested. In an average market year, your account finishes at approximately $6,340. $340 in gains. And here's the honest truth. That number doesn't feel life-changing. Most people look at $6,000 invested and $340 earned and think, that's it? And that reaction is completely understandable because you're looking at the wrong part of the story. Here's the part that actually matters. You didn't invest $500 a month for 12 months. You invested $500 a month for the first 12 months of what could become a decades-long compounding process. Those $6,000 are not the result. They're the seed. And seeds are not judged by what they look like after 1 year. They're judged by what they become. Let's extend the lens. The $6,000 you contributed in year 1 continues growing inside your Roth IRA even if you never add another dollar. After 5 years, those first-year contributions are worth approximately $9,650. After 10 years, about $15,500. After 20 years, approximately $40,300. And after 30 years, about $104,600. $104,000 from the first $6,000 you invested. But of course, you don't stop after year 1. You continue investing, and that's where the picture becomes extraordinary. After 5 years of investing $500 every month, you've contributed $30,000. Your account is worth approximately $38,700. After 10 years, you've contributed $60,000. Your account crosses $100,000. After 15 years, approximately $204,000. After 20 years, roughly $383,000. You contributed $120,000. The market contributed $263,000. After 25 years, your account approaches $665,000. And after 30 years, $500 a a month becomes approximately $1,130,000. Let that sink in. You contributed $180,000. The market contributed roughly $950,000. 84% of the final result came from compound growth, not from your labor, not from working overtime, not from earning more, from time, from consistency, from letting the process work. $500 a month is about $16.50 a day. $16.50. $1 million. 30 years. That's what compounding actually looks like. And this is why people who understand investing focus so much on starting, because the first contribution matters more than it appears. The first year matters more than it appears. The beginning always looks insignificant, but the beginning contains everything that comes later. Now let's talk about what 12 months of investing really teaches you. The first lesson is that automation beats motivation. The people who successfully invest every month aren't the most disciplined. They're the ones who remove discipline from the equation entirely. The contribution happens automatically. The right decision gets made whether they feel motivated or not. That's how wealth is built. Not through constant effort, through systems. The second lesson is that the early months are simultaneously the hardest and the most valuable. Hard because the gains are tiny. Hard because nothing feels dramatic. Hard because there is very little visible evidence that the sacrifice is worth it. But those early contributions have the longest runway. The $500 invested in month 1 has nearly an extra year to compound compared to the money invested at the end of the first year. Time is the multiplier, and the earliest dollars get the most of it. The third lesson is that investing doesn't create the deprivation people fear. Once contributions are automated, most people adapt surprisingly quickly. The money leaves before it's spent, and after a few months, the lower spending amount simply becomes normal. The fourth lesson is about volatility. During any 12-month period, the market will probably decline at some point. Your account may temporarily lose value. You may see a month where your balance is lower than expected. That doesn't mean investing failed. It means markets are behaving normally. For long-term investors, volatility isn't the enemy. It's background noise. The fifth lesson is the one that ties everything together. Starting is worth more than optimizing. The person who starts today with $500 a month in a simple index fund will often outperform the person who spends years searching for the perfect strategy. Because compounding rewards action, not perfection. There is no perfect time to start. There is only now and later. And later always costs more than people realize. Here's the complete picture. After 12 months, you've contributed $6,000. The market adds roughly $340. Your account holds approximately $6,340. That number is not the point. 30 years later, that same process becomes over $1 million. The difference between starting this month and waiting 1 year is approximately $40,000 in lost future wealth. Not because of the $6,000 you didn't invest, because of what those $6,000 could have become. Every year of delay has a cost. Every year of consistency has a reward. And now you've seen both. This series has been about one thing, showing how ordinary people build extraordinary financial lives. Not through luck, not through secrets, not through complicated strategies, through simple decisions repeated consistently over long periods of time. The principles never changed. Start, stay consistent, let time work, and refuse to quit before the results become visible. I'm Finn. This is Finn Wealthwise, and I'll see you in the next one.